Here is a sample of menu engineering workbook. Let's have a look at it again one more time, as we have already discussed. So you will find this menu engineering worksheet everywhere on the internet. It's the only template which is available in the on the Google. So the first A column is the menu item name. The next column is menu item sold, and then the popularity index, which is calculated by dividing the individual item number sold divide by the total number. So here is it will be 10 divided by 925, which becomes 10.8%. The next column is on the item food cost. This is based on the standard recipe cost of the menu. It's not a actual cost, but it should be latest updated. You need to make sure that the item is updated to the latest time and latest cost. And since the decisions are going to be made on the future, you need to remember what prices are going to increase in the future, what supply chain going to increase in the future, so that you can make a right decision. And then you have item selling price, which is standard after the discount. So usually the automated system, the POS, will obviously automatically adjust it. But if you are not using the systems, you are using manual workings, then you need to do it by yourself. Item profit is the simple item selling price minus item food cost. This is the individual contribution margin for this particular item, which will be compared with the average contribution, which is calculated by total profit divided by number of items. In this case, 3844 divided by 925, which will be 4.16. So any item which is giving a contribution of more than 4.16 will be considered as high on profit and low on high on profit. And then you are calculating the individual property matrix here. You can see um, the profitability index is calculating 925 100 divided by 12 into 70%. So the individual popularity category will be more than whatever is more than that amount will be considered as high and considered as low. Okay, so that was the standard menu engineering worksheet. If you are using the system, it can be generated automatically, or it can be generated by manually as well using the Excel. So menu engineering report you can use daily, monthly, weekly, or quarterly as well. Okay, so what are the advantages? The advantages are standardization of all the recipes, so the including the presentation, so that the food cost can be accurate. So this is one important aspect of menu engineering. You need to remember the you need to get the accurate sales analysis for each menu time. For you can get daily, weekly, monthly, by meal period. So you can do menu engineering by each meal period. And then you can use a simple personal computer with the speed. So tips for successful menu engineering is: know your cost by the heart and continue to reinvent your recipe by looking at alternatives without compromising the quality and taste. So if you know how your recipe is being structured, what are the ingredients, and you need to continue to keep in the mind or continue to have a look out in the market what are the alternatives available, which can help to reduce the cost and improve the profitability by without compromising the quality and taste of the item. During the crisis, when the supply chains are affected, this becomes even more important to see if we can continue to have the same items on the menu by using alternative ingredients. You need to update your cost regularly. Usually it's quarterly or half monthly, but if there's a lot of change in the prices continue to go on and a high fluctuation, you should do it every month. Ensure that all the open items are captured properly and seen regularly to understand off menu items. This is a normal feature of restaurants, where the guests are looking for off menu items because they have been the regular customer, and They sometimes don't like anything on the menu, so you need to continue to look at the items, open items, which will provide very detailed understanding of what are the other items that are not on the menu but are popular among the customers. You need to also monitor the alternations to your standard menu, because sometimes people don't like your standard menu. For example, like I don't like mushrooms, so I always go and delete the mushroom from the any recipe that I am using, pizza or anything else. So the outlets need to see what are the alterations or the specific request for spices, condiments, high chili, low chili, so that you can understand your customer behavior, what they like in general. So if everybody is asking for extra chili, by default you can make your menu as with the extra chili already as a standard, so there's no need for extra request by the customer. It will save the server's time. So you need to have these insights into your customer behavior. So menu engineering can help to generate a lot of customer insights into the pattern, since you are able to check it every week, every meal period, so you can see by meal period what are the items which are mostly popular, so that it can help to prepare the in advance. You can prepare the mise en place, you can do the rostering of your staff as per the menu engineering report by the to look at by looking at the popularity. You need to look at the report at least a month minimum, if not daily. Daily will be too much to see. Weekly can be, but if it's not, if it's a standard operation, then it's fine. If it's a lot of changes, then the monthly will not be a good, weekly will not be a good idea. Monthly is the minimum. Usually you should look at it, and then sometimes you can combine 3 months or 6 months or a season to understand what happened in due to that particular period of your items. But you need to keep in mind the changes in the seasonality. Guest mix guest mix always change. If you have more Chinese customer in your hotel, so if the hotel is based in hotel if the restaurant is based in a hotel, the menu engineering popularity will depend on the customer profile of the in-house guest, because a lot of customers are coming from the hotel. If you are only getting outside customers, it may depend on the location, it may depend on the tourist season, it may depend on the meetings, the corporates, the seasonality, special functions, festival events. So the peoples will be using different menu for different occasions. So you need to be mindful to these events when you are comparing the popularity of menu items from one report to another report, so that you can understand what are the reasons for if item is dropped out of popularity. So it may not be a permanent change, or is it some items may not get permanently popular or may not get permanently unpopular. It would depend on the seasonality and other factors.